Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Now, today's episode is a little bit after the last episode, and I would have left you with the last episode with all these 1.9 pre-release glitchy things on the item frames and the paintings, they still there, and I also would have said that we are going to be working on, well, I was going to be working on clearing out a bit of an area between this episode and the previous episode. Now, you can see I've actually just gone and taken the beacon away. We did clear out an area underneath here, and I think I went up underneath one of those. Yep, there we go. You can see I'm not going to go down there, but let's go through the proper way. So I cleared out this area here, a little bit more on that side there, so we had the beacon set up just below this. Cleared up a little bit of this, getting ready for the rest. I just wanted to remove the beacon because it was getting a bit annoying. But yeah, and I've actually still got to fix those ones up. The other thing that I've cleared out is just a little bit of area down the bottom here, not too much. I just thought we might get a little bit of space to maybe cram in a small redstone contraption or something like that. So I carried on around here, and in fact, I even went as far as to remove it all the way down to bedrock the whole way. Oh man, I just got a little bit carried away. I did. But this is all for today's stuff, and I'm not too sure if we're going to have to take it out a bit more. I'm kind of think we might have to. But we'll have a look at that. It shouldn't be too hard to fix up. But what we are going to be doing in today's episode is we are going to be making ourselves a bit of an automatic wool farm. And I've got some idea of how I want to do it, which is with minecarts. And originally I thought, you know what would be kind of cool is having sheep in minecarts. Yeah, minecarts are a bit of a pain at the moment. They just don't seem to work the way that they used to. They don't seem to pick up animals like sheep and all that stuff as easy as they did before. Even in creative, I was just bumping them, and nothing was happening, which is really, really weird. It's really quite annoying, but, I mean, hey, we probably will be able to get around it. I'm actually going to be putting us in a minecart, if you were wondering. So, this is going to be an interesting one, because I've never actually done an automatic sheep farm. I don't think it'll be, well, wool farm, I don't think it'll be too hard. I've got a few ideas, as I say, and I've got to have to go collect a few more materials. So, I'm going to go grab up a few of those materials, and we can maybe give it a little bit of a test up on the overworld, on the surface here, just to see what kind of ideas we can come up with. But as I say, I've got some sort of a plan. Not an idea, a plan. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I've got some sort of a bit of a background on this. I did go to a creative world and just try out one thing, and I want to quickly try it out here so we can just see what's going on. The idea is that we're going to be having our sheep. Let's just make a hypothetical platform of sheep. So we're going to go out like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I know when I've got that grass. 2, 3, 4. And the way I want to do this is I want to kind of put a cobblestone wall there. And you'll see what I mean now. Just imagine these are grass. We're going to be putting grass there. We're going to be putting grass around the back so that it can always replenish. So we'll do that around like that. And the way this is going to work is we're going to have our sheep in these little spots here. We're going to have also our glass around like that. Wait. No, the glass is coming out the front here. Sorry. So it's coming out like that. And this is going to be done in modules with 3 sheep in each. And the reason I've done 3 sheep in each of these modules is because it seemed like when I did all my sheep together, they all kind of bunched up. 3 seemed to be a good number for it, so I thought we could maybe stick with 3. The next thing is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to be putting ourselves, for instance, something like this, and I think on the edge would probably be good, because then we actually get ourselves a little bit more of, a little bit less speed, and we definitely do get these sheep, so we'll do this, like that. And basically this thing's just going to line up a whole bunch of these modules, and we're just going to keep going around it. Sorry. And what I've done is I've actually forgotten a minecart. So what we're going to have to do is go back and get a minecart. But just imagine this, right? We've got ourselves our shears in the sand. We're going to be just going around. It actually puts you a little bit lower. So you'll be going around, hitting these sheep here. It'll pull you around, keep going, next line of sheep. And then it'll pull you around, next line of sheep. And then we're also going to be having a minecart underneath, which will be collecting all of the wool. And then it will be transporting it into our big storage area that we're going to be building. And yeah, I think that'll work really, really well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove these. I think that should be enough. There's not going to be too much crazy stuff going on. in terms of that, but we might have a little bit of redstoning stuff going with the automatic shears and stuff like that. So making sure we always have shears stocked and then getting our shears given to us at the right time. That could be an interesting one. So I'm going to have to get going on that kind of an idea eventually. But for now, I'm just going to build this in the bottom there, maybe do 1 or 2 and see how that goes. And then I'll be right back and tell you guys how everything's going. Also, I'm not too sure whether I should be doing everything in equal quantities. I think I might just do all the sheep in equal quantities. It might just be a little bit better, but we'll see what goes on there. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so I thought I'd bring you back right about now. I've done quite a bit of work here actually, and I don't want to let it get too far away from me before I show you a very far advanced project. So what I've done is I've done 16 of these little segments of the double grass. So you can see we've got like that, all the way to here. And the reason we've done 16 is because of the 16 colors. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Now, what I'm doing over here is I've laid out the basic run of the rails. So you can see we're going to go around here, but we're going to be facing this way the whole time. And I'm beginning to think we might have a few flaws in this system in terms of I don't want to collect up any of the wool. So if we can go fast enough that we don't catch the wool, or maybe if not, we'll have to fix this up by moving us away. Then we'll be alright, but I don't want to collect the wool in my inventory because that'll stop us from collecting new shears. And I'm beginning to think that's probably going to be the case. So I might have to rethink this a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead with this current idea. Hopefully this will work. I'm busy installing this track underneath here, which is going to be the item collection track. So we're going to be putting in a hopper minecart over here, and that's going to just keep running across there, dropping items into an item stream over here, running back, doing the same thing the whole time. And I'm not too sure whether we're going to be putting them across a few different of these. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we'll just do one per row. Make sure it works all right. So as I say, that's just going to keep going there, going back, going there, going back. Nothing too complicated. I am going to have to, however, take out a little slither of this wall over here because as soon as we put this, yeah, there we go. Just about to say, actually, we could maybe give this a try here. Maybe if we do that. Yeah, you can see it just wants to always connect into there. So we're going to have to go out one more in this direction here. So I did clean up my beacon prematurely. It's a bit of a bummer. But while I've been doing this, I've actually been thinking of some pretty cool things we can do to add on to this. So first of all, we're going to be doing a second layer once we've got this first layer done. So we want this first layer working, and the second layer, I don't know when we'll put it in. If this first layer doesn't do too much for us, we'll have to add in the second layer. It's really, we're going to only have about 9 sheep per color with one layer. So we want to have a few more layers, or maybe we can even extend the width of these layers, but I think we can double up. We've got enough space there. And then I've also got a bit of a decorating idea as well. So that'll be interesting. We can see what comes on with those ideas. But for now, I'm just going to keep going on this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the rails for the bottom here. And then I'll just give a little bit of a thought to whether I should extend this now or not. So extend it that way. But yeah, I'll give a little bit of thought to that, guys. And I'll bring you back when I've done a bit more stuff. Okay, so I have decided to come back and I've finished off what I said I was going to do. I did move it back a bit more. I moved the beacon here, and yeah, we've done a fair bit of work here. And it's, yeah, it's taken a lot of time, but I'm glad we've got the chunk of that done. But when I pushed this wall back a little bit, I found a little poke hole from where I was doing a bit of branch mining a bit earlier. So that is a very cool thing because I've got some pretty cool ideas for this. So let's just quickly take a walk down this way. So just notice how short this tunnel is. We'll just go to pretty much where that obsidian is, and you might recognize where we are. Go down here, and there we go. So right over there, that is actually the middle of our little city where there's the tree and stuff. So this really isn't very far away from anything at all. And it's kind of given me the idea, I don't know if you recall a few episodes ago me saying that we potentially could do a underground sort of system to transport our items in like a sewage system, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I think this could be the start of that. So I want to get a few things together and we can maybe hook up a bit of the item kind of transportation thing over here, because what I've done so far, let's quickly take a look at what I've put in here quickly. So we'll use this one as an example. So you can see right there, we've got a minecart going backwards and forwards the whole time. So it just keeps going back, forward, back, forward. What we're going to do is we're going to put a hopper below that so that it draws out whatever it can from that minecart. And then what we're going to do is, you can see also down there, just hop on down. Right around here, we've also got an item stream, which we're going to be using. And I'm not too sure whether this will work, to be honest, but I guess it's worth a try. Let's actually give this a go. Let's see if we can drop an item below that half slab. Oh, it got picked up by it. Yeah, okay, so that should work. Okay, they don't get picked up? No. Perfect. So this should actually be an interesting thing to do. The next step for this in general would be putting in some hoppers. I'm thinking we're going to put a hopper in around here. And that will be facing into a dropper right around there to drop the items into the item frames. But I'm just beginning to think we might actually just make this a bit easier and drop a one down, because we're going to need water streams going through here. And that could be a little bit of a problem. So, yep. I'll drop this one more down and I'll put these things in, and I'll quickly just show you what I'm going to do for this dropper system here. So what we're going to do is we're going to be having our dropper, which will have an item come into it. So the hopper will come in there. It will then go to this little piece here. And I don't think I've got enough redstone. One redstone dust short. But basically what's going to happen is, I think if we... And I think we might have to minus off the signal. I hope not. I hope we don't have to take off the signal. But yeah, I've got to think about that. But yeah, that's basically what we're going to do. When an item comes in, it just creates a little bit of a clock, shoots them out, and carries on. So we'll have everything being collected and then sent back to the base. That's the idea. And yeah, I guess I'll get to doing a bit of that, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I've just been putting in these little kind of detector clock type things in here, and I thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing. I'm pretty much just doing the same thing over and over again, making sure that it continuously... Oh man, am I going to be stuck in this? Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Well, we'll just do that. There we go. So yeah, as I say, I've just been going around doing this stuff here, and it's pretty damn simple. I'll show you what it is. We'll do another one. Now I'll just finish that. Oh, dang it. So there we go, like that. Basically, all that we're doing, and I'll quickly do it, an explanation of what's happening here. So a hopper will be coming into these. I've still got to put them in. Basically, the redstone comparator will detect when there's an item in there. It goes through to this redstone repeater, which gives a full strength 15 signal from there. And I think that drops down to 13, but it's still enough to click that one off. So we'll just do that. And then on that side of the block, which also gets powered by this repeater, we'll put another repeater going into there. So basically, what we do is we put an item in there, it gets shot out. And the reason for this delay, I think we could actually do it on a 2 or 3 and it still will work, is because when we put it on 1, it gives us 2 hits. So it just makes an annoying noise. So yeah, we could actually just do it on just 1 like that. So yeah, I guess I'll probably do that, just make it a little bit faster. And also, it does work if we've got multiple things in it. So I'll quickly do this one here. I've done enough. We'll just put that on 1. Pop that there. And there we... Oh, man. We're going to fall short again. Gone through so much redstone here. So there we go. We'll put in a few things. So we'll put in... like that. So it also does support if we've got too many. And in fact, this is the one that I've used majority of the way through this base in terms of whatever I've done. And it's the one that I've kind of got from the chicken farm, which, as I say, I'm not too sure who made the chicken farm that everyone uses, but it's pretty much the same thing they use there. So let's do that, and we'll do this one. Oh, coming from the different angle. There we go, like that, and this one like so. Perfect. So that is all of them hooked up. Now the next step is to put these hoppers in the top here, and then just replace the minecarts and stuff, which is a bit of a tedious job. And then also, it'll be going through to this side here. We'll remove that. Going to this side here and putting in the glass. So for starters, what we'll do is we'll just have a chest at the bottom here, collecting whatever items do come through. And then what will happen is when we finish the farm off, we'll start pulling them through all the way to the base. But for now, we don't want to go on water streams before we've actually got our farm. So what I'm going to do is I'll put in these hoppers, which is going to be a matter of doing stuff like this. Going above it, breaking that, dropping that down. Oh, no, not that. And that just got picked up there, so we'll just break that. There we go, you can see a hopper fell out there. Be doing stuff like that, and just replacing the rail and the minecart, and going through the whole way like that. It's a bit of a struggle. Does Silk Touch give you the... I think we've just found something out. Let's just try this here. Should be able to do that, and... Now, dang it. I should have put that... well, actually, we can test this out. So, break it like that. No, that... Did they get shot out? I don't know where those just went. Yeah. Okay, oh, you know what happened? It went into here. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Right, so we just do that, and now this should be working. So we'll pop it next to there on that rail. And all working again. Perfect. So let's try throwing something in here and see what happens. We'll go up to the top. Just make sure everything's working. And can I get through there? Thank you. So I know that these first few are done. We'll just go to the first one here. Any wool that lands on here should get picked up. So we'll do that. Okay, that should have got shot out there. Shotten out. Man, what happens with my language? So let's have a look. There it is. See it there? Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'll get through with all of these, which is a bit of fun, I guess. It's this is a bit different, by the way, to what I thought we were going to be doing. In general, I didn't want to do too many of these farms where it's real grindy and you end up just having to pump out a heap of just repetitive stuff. But I don't think it's too bad, actually. It's once in a while it isn't too bad. I kind of enjoy it at the beginning, and then I start at the end just wanting it to be finished. So I guess that's kind of what's happening here. I'll just keep going with it, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, I am back, and have a look at everything that I've done. So all the hoppers are in, and we've got the item streams running all the way down to that end there. We haven't put a hopper in there, though. That will come in time. I just didn't have one on me at that point. So let's just go up here. Dang it. We need to do that. And let's go up and out over here. So, really? There we go. Now, what I want to do is I just want to test out each and every one of these. So what we're going to do is get something that has got 16 or 18 there. That should be good enough. And we're just going to test that each and every one of these does pick up and does dispense all the way through. And then if not, we'll have to work it out there. So that one picks up. That one. Will it pick up there? No. That one there does pick up. That one. And we'll just go through to each and every one of these. Just test them out. Make sure they are picking them up in case I've forgotten to put a hopper in or forgotten to do something on each of those just to make sure they all work. It sounds good so far. So let's do that. And that. So really, this is actually quite a simple build. It's just a big build. And if we do the second layer, that'll have to be another time. I'm not gonna do it anytime soon. So there we go. Let's go down, and we should see this go back up to 18 there. So I think it was down here. 18. Perfect. Now, one thing with these hopper streams that I used were slabs. I've never used them before. I normally put in a sign like what we did in the spider farm, but that seems to work all right. The items seem to fit under there, so that's really great. Now, the next step that I think we're going to have to accomplish in this farm will probably be getting a bunch of sheep. I mean, I think we might actually get started on that sooner rather than later to make sure that we do have the sheep. Oh, I did it a second time, really? To make sure that we do have the sheep here ready to go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down a few sheep, put them around in maybe a little holding area, and then we'll have to work them in separately at another stage. But for now, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. It's been quite a big episode for me. It's taken me quite a long time to get this far. So I know it seems pretty quick for you guys, but it's taken a while. So thank you very much, guys. Hopefully next time we'll get a bit more, if not everything done. And yeah, thank you very much.